Hey guys! Hi to all of our Google Hangout people out there. We are loving this Google Hangout thing. It took us a long time to get familiar with this program, and it was like learning Japanese, this online thing. But we are here loving it and totally in gratitude for all this technology out there in the world, and Google and YouTube, and being able to connect with everybody that we love. So I'm here again with my father, Dr. Alexander Haskell, and I'm Erin Fall Haskell, and we are answering your questions. And the question today regarding detoxification of the body, mind, and spirit is, what are some detox therapies I can do at home? And it's a great question because not all of us have luxurious memberships to gyms that have saunas. Not all of us can go out and afford, juice on every corner that's ridiculously priced as far as I'm concerned. And not all of us have a lot of time. So what are some detox therapies we can do at home? Why don't you start that out,
Okay.
Daddy-o?
So we're talking about doing some kind of in the process of doing a cleanse, and the toxins are coming out of cells and they're getting into the body, and people start having symptoms of detoxification. So what can we do to minimize those symptoms, but also aid the body to get the toxins out before they're sort of reabsorbed back in again? So we're great proponents of doing the saunas because excreting toxins from that layer of fat just under the skin, the subdermal fat layer, is the easiest and quickest way to detoxify the body. So a very simple home treatment, if you don't have access to a sauna, is to do the sort of facsimile of the sauna at home by using a hot bath, raising the body temperature up a couple of degrees, and then covering yourself up with blankets in the bed, and that way you'll sweat for probably a good half hour after the hot bath. So preparation is having just a regular all cotton plain sheet by the bathtub, throwing in a couple of maybe 1 or 2 cups of either Epsom salts or sea salt into the bath. Filling the bathtub, being in the bathtub when it's filling, so you can really adjust the temperature and get it, really hot, not uncomfortably hot, but hot. Being in the bathtub anywhere, depends upon the person, 5 minutes to 15 minutes. If you feel like you're getting overheated, then it's only been maybe 5 minutes, just kind of slowly stand up, be careful of getting lightheaded. Stand up, cool off a little bit, then submerge back into the water. The water starts getting too cool for you, and you don't really feel like you're getting that hot. Empty the tub out halfway, fill it back up with really hot water. Stay in that bath if you can, as I said, 5 to 15 minutes. Come out, careful when you stand up because of lightheadedness. You can dry off, wrap that sheet around you, get into the bed, a couple of covers over that. You might want to have a glass of water prepared so you can drink some water before you get under the covers. Even having a little bowl of cold water with a washcloth, wring it out, put it on your forehead, cover up to the neck with the blankets, and just lie there for half an hour. You might fall asleep, but it's a great detoxification through the skin. It's really simple and easy to do.
There's when I've gone to the Korean spas, and in the Korean spas are amazing because you go into the sauna and you can go in the cold plunge, and you can actually, it's part of the tradition in the Asian culture is to scrub down the skin because a lot of the toxins are trying to come out, and it's like we have clogged skin with all the just dead skin on us and stuff. So at home sometimes I'll take a long bath with Epsom salt or whatever, and then you can buy these little pads. I mean, they're like $2 or something. You can probably get stuff at any pharmacy or whatever, and scrub down. Begin to really scrub down the skin, and you'd be amazed at how much dead skin you can get off, and soaking the body out and beginning that process. And I think the body wants to detoxify anyway. So if we start giving it any event, whether we give it extra greens in our diet, taking some spirulina supplement pills, or beginning to take baths, it's allowing the toxins to start coming out. It wants to come out, so it'll begin to do it. And every little bit we can do every day helps that process, don't you think? Oh, also, back to the bathtub and going to sweat. I remember you telling me that years ago, and I would actually take one of my robes, and I'd wrap myself in that, because then I could take the robe and just throw it in the washing machine, and I wouldn't have to wash my sheets. But I'd bundle myself up after the hottest bath I could stand, pretty much, and then bundle myself up, and then get in my covers also, and it worked out really well.
Yeah, and it's a good idea about the skin too, because if we can get that dead skin or dead epithelium off of our outer layer, that's going to allow the pores to secrete more of the perspiration, more toxins. I forgot one more thing. After being under the covers for half an hour to 45 minutes, you want to go back in and take a lukewarm shower, a comfortable shower, and use a good quality chemical-free soap and get all the oils off your skin, because those oils do contain toxins, and everything we put on our skin is absorbed back into the body again. So you want to get the oils and toxins off the skin so they're not reabsorbed.
Yeah, that brings up a whole other topic of what lotions you're using on your body, and one thing you can do at home. I mean, what detox therapies, and the biggest therapy you could probably do is get rid of all the cosmetics and all the lotions and all the things that you're putting into your body. So at least you can begin the process of not adding to the toxicity of your body, begin to get rid of it. Also, doing a really hot bath and then getting in the cold shower and going back and forth, right? So you do that in your office, correct? What's it called?
Well, we do what's called constitutional hydrotherapy.
Yeah,
but
it's like a different version, right?
Yeah, but we also have the ozone saunas with the shower pretty close by. So we ask people to do the hot sauna for maybe 15-20 minutes, getting a lot of sweat, jumping in the cold shower for 30 seconds, and back into the hot sauna once again. It's very important.
Mm-hmm. Also, supplements like niacin are great to take at home. You can begin to flush your own body. How much would you say to begin with? Like about 100 milligrams, so it's not too extreme for somebody, and work their way up a little bit?
Yeah, I remember, I think everybody remembers their first time of taking niacin and having that really hot feeling, that flush, and you're like, what happened? So I would say even starting, some people, just to be safe, start at 25 milligrams empty stomach and work your way up 50 and then 100 to start.
They could take that at home, even in their bathtub, right? Take it, then get in their bathtub. Your body, niacin is like this intelligent supplement that goes in and opens up all the capillaries, and it begins to flush things out naturally and grab all the toxins in there and get rid of it. But if you do that, make sure you're taking enough fiber and greens to make sure that you're able to not have those acids and toxins just floating within your body, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I think another really beneficial home therapy for assisting the body to detoxify is that when these toxins are released by our cells, they go into lymphatic fluid, then that fluid drains into the bloodstream. Liver filters the toxins. Those toxins go into the intestinal tract and can be reabsorbed back into the body again. So doing any kind of an enema to help the bowels to release the stool and toxins as quickly as possible. The coffee enema is a great way of doing this, because the coffee, the natural components of coffee also will travel up from the rectum directly to the liver, and there's a few ideas about what's happening. One of which was probably most important is that a couple of natural chemicals or ingredients in the coffee will help to stimulate an enzyme which will help the body to produce more glutathione, which is important for metabolism and detoxification of substances coming through the liver. So it's a really, really simple process. You just buy a regular rubber enema bag, or online there's what are called enema buckets, plastic buckets. They both have a line that comes out from the bag or the bucket with a speculum on the end, which is inserted into the rectum. So take two heaping tablespoons of coarsely ground organic coffee, bring it to a boil, simmer about 5 to 10 minutes, filter that coffee, wait till it comes down to the temperature of the low 90s, somewhere in there, fill the bucket, open the little lever or caulk stop, allow the coffee to drain down through that tube to the speculum, stop it, lubricate the speculum, insert, slowly allow the coffee to go into the rectum, pull the speculum and lie on your right side for about at least 15 minutes, and then just sit in the toilet and evacuate. And it's a great way to help the body eliminate some stool material, of course, but also to improve liver function.
Wow, I mean, I've never done an enema, so I mean, it's just like sounds so funny. Like, I'm going to wake up and instead of having my coffee, I think I'll put it up my tush. You know, it's like, it's a funny thing. But I know it's been around for, you know, eons probably. So it's a very natural, healthy way of doing it. So again, I'm sure people can just go online and Google how to do an, you know, an enema, correct? I mean, it can't be that difficult, but yeah, it's, how often would somebody do a coffee enema?
Well, if if they're doing a you know, like a long-term juice fast, let's say, you know, 3 days to a week, 10 days, whatever it may be, and which is what we do in our clinic, is put people on these programs. They're doing. We actually have a colon hydrotherapist, which does colon hydrotherapy every single day for these people to really get the bowels and toxins cleaned out. So I would say if they're doing an intense fast, juice fast at home, then probably every day it's probably really an excellent idea. And so many times people are going through a crisis, headaches, nausea, fatigue to some extent, and some maybe even some anxiety about what's going on. Just a coffee enema for some weird reason will clear headaches and discomfort within like 15 minutes. It's pretty remarkable.
So maybe like 3 to 7 days at the most, though. You wouldn't want to do it beyond that, right? And then maybe once a month or whatever that may be, right? We don't want to tell somebody somebody may hear that and go, oh, I'm going to do one every day for the rest of my life. That wouldn't be good. We don't want you to do a coffee enema every day of the rest of your life, right?
Yeah. Well, I have a lot of a lot of long distance patients, and if they call me and say, I don't know why I'm having these headaches, and I say, well, just try this, do a coffee enema, and they'll call back, you know, an hour later and said, wow, I feel like 90% better, 100% better. So there's, you know, certain things people can do on a fairly regular basis, using coffee enemas to reduce their symptoms, partly because the liver is working much better. But of course, when you're doing this, you want to be taking a good probiotic, you know, because you're kind of washing out some of the good bacteria from the intestinal tract. So we use a great, what's called a soil bacteria product called Prescript Assist, which has been really a remarkable product for us and for our clients.
Fantastic. So I just want to finish this off a little bit. So what are some detox therapies I can do at home? And we've covered a few of them. There's many, many you can do. But one thing we do want to focus on here is that this is a body, mind, and spirit detoxification program. So I think one of the most important things you can do for yourself that I found is amazing is to set up somewhere in your house that, you know, whether you have taken on meditation or just doing intentional work or doing visioning work for what you truly desire out of life, or setting a space where you can detoxify whatever emotions are going on within you. Yes, you can go to a therapist. Yes, you can do whatever. I don't think anyone has said in our culture you can do some of the healing work within yourself. You can set up an intentional space within your home, whether it be a walk-in closet, a corner in your room, wherever it may be, light a candle, and it may be every day of your life or maybe 1 week that you can set out a time in the week where you can go in there and just ask your higher self, you know, whatever needs to be healed, whatever needs to be released, whatever needs to let go of, whatever needs to be forgiven, and whatever needs to be completed. And within that, whatever comes up is going to come up, and it's a safe space to look at something, to complete something, to forgive yourself that you put yourself through that, to forgive yourself that you did something to someone else, whatever that may be. But having that therapy within yourself, within your own home, is a spectacular place to do some detoxification of the heart and delayer what is there. And it has been some of the best work and most intimate space within myself that has allowed me to bloom and delayer that divine essence that is within me and within every person. I don't know what you found there, Dad, but how you deal with that or how you take that on daily or within your home.
Yeah, I think this comes back once again to the spirit wishing to communicate. And you know, I've had the experience. My health is fortunately very good, but there's been times when I've, you know, felt ill, and simply for me, it's lying down and relaxing every muscle, every cell of my body, and just listening to what the symptom is trying to communicate to me. And it's a very receptive state and a surrendering at the same time. And I think this is true for the emotions that sometimes grab onto us and we sometimes just don't want to go there. So part of it also, I think, in what you're saying is accepting and surrendering to the feeling or whatever it may be, the anxiety, the hopelessness, and just being with that feeling and ask in a receptive way and saying, what are you trying to tell me about my life? And just watch what comes up from that questioning of the spirit. And oftentimes just simply watching as an interesting observer about what's going on physically or emotionally or mentally often adds a lot of clarity with what's going on.
I agree completely. So to learn more about the specific questions you would ask in one of those sessions within yourself, or to find out more about specific therapies you can do at home, we do have a program, Daily Detoxification, but we wanted to come on Google Hangouts and have the free conversation for anybody and everybody. But for people that are wanting to get more specific and do a 30-day program, an educational program around detoxifying the body, mind, and spirit, you're welcome to go to our website, dailydetoxification.com. My father actually has a clinic also in Salt Lake City, Utah, where he does everything from ozone therapy and other IV work, takes on blood panels. You're welcome also from anywhere. You can do your blood work from afar and just talk to him via phone. There's clinics everywhere across the country you can go into that can take your blood work and get it to him. So if there's more advanced things going on for you. But what he's found is that no matter what the client is, majority of everybody first should really go through a detoxification program to see what's really going on, what symptoms are able to be naturally just taken care of by the innate healer within us. So his website is holistictherapycenters.com. And mine, I do work with people one-on-one, taking them through body, mind, and spirit detoxifications as well, coaching, and mine is erinfallhaskell.com. But back again, dailydetoxification.com is just our educational program on this one. So thanks, you guys. Please send in any questions so that we can answer them. This is a fun process for us as well. And it's a way of just giving back and serving and having a conversation, because in today's world with the internet, we all need to be connected, and depression is a big one, isolation. So don't get isolated. Get out there, have fun, do your therapies at home, detoxify, and then get out in the world and enjoy this beautiful day, you guys. So anything you want to say before we sign off, Dad?
No, I'm fine. Thanks, honey.
Okay. Have a great one. Love you. Bye, guys.